I want to talk about the state of the bedroom of the first foster placement I ever lived in. When I walked into that bedroom, so the situation, the foster carer had her own biological daughter. I was 15, her biological daughter was 7. She lived in a 2-bedroom flat. Those flats have been in the news because they are so horrible and damp. Not recently, not the news recently, I don't know what they're doing now, but like a couple of years ago, they were on the news because they were so dirty and horrible inside. There's this misconception that, you know, if you live in a council place or if you're on benefits, you can't be a foster carer. You absolutely can. Foster carer, so that she could foster me, because foster children have to have their own bedroom, she moved her 7-year-old daughter into her bedroom so I could have the daughter's room. So the foster carer, who I call Kemi, her and her 7-year-old daughter are in Kemi's room. I was in the 7-year-old's bedroom. To this day, I don't even know how social services let a 7-year-old or just any child live in that room. So, first of all, carpet on the floor, covered in blood. Bright pink, hot pink carpet covered in blood. There was mould in the corner of the ceilings. The whole flat was covered in it. There were no curtains. There were other tower blocks surrounding our building. So anyone in the other building could look into my bedroom. I ended up using towels as curtains. Like, I threw towels over the rail so that could be like a curtain. The bed was a bunk bed. This bunk bed, the top bunk was broken. Like, you know, wooden slats on a bed. The wooden slats, a couple of them were broken, so it was like they were broken inwards. I would be lying, I'm out of breath. I would be lying on the bottom bunk and with these broken slats over my head. There was no wardrobe, so my clothes would be folded up on the floor in the corner. There are some weirdos on this app who I've seen. It's never happened to me, but I've seen it happen to other people, where a foster child will say the type of stuff I'm saying, and there will always be someone who comments like, well, at least you weren't homeless. Do you understand foster carers get paid? This also, I'm going to make another video. At least you weren't homeless. I had been homeless before foster care. The car park I used to sleep in was nicer than that bedroom. It's the 7-year-old I feel sorry for, because she would have been sleeping in that room before me. I'm not a fucking snob. Even I'm like, can you not buy a single bed? Like, you do get paid. If you can't afford to get a foster child a bed that isn't broken, you can't afford to foster then. I'm going on the defensive. A lot of foster carers, that's the only foster placement. I had quite a lot. That's the only foster placement I had where the bedroom was like that. All the other bedrooms that I had throughout my journey in foster care, the bedrooms were fine. There was no problem. It was just that one. It just was not suitable. Like, no curtains. Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't just me. It would have been her biological daughter as well that had to sleep in that bedroom.